What's up, humans, and welcome to a new Psicoactivo. Okay, so happy late Wednesday, everybody. I have to do a video today because I found some pictures that I think are very interesting. I don't know if you guys remember, but Ross Coulthart talked about the Esalen Institute, where he said that multiple high net worth individuals got together to do essentially paranormal stuff, like making contact with non-human intelligence, attracting orbs. He said there were some German kids that were doing telekinesis, and we got some leaked pictures of the event. The main picture is this one, and I want you guys to take a close look at the far left, right around where the clock is. There's a line of 4 people there. From left to right, we got a man with a blue shirt right below the clock. I don't know if you guys recognize him, but that is Ross Coulthart. Yes. 2 people to the right of the image. There's a tall, bald-headed man with some glasses, and that seems to be Jake Barber. To the right of the image, a guy with a vest who seems to be also slightly bald-headed. I don't know if you guys recognize him, but that is David Grusch, right next to Jake Barber. So that means that they're collaborating together more than likely because they're together there. And who knows what David Grusch knows about all of this that Jake is doing. Who knows if he's even part of the Sky Watcher team? It's possible. Now that we know that he attended this summit, I think it's possible, definitely. But there are more surprises here that I need for you guys to check out. To the right of the image, we have a man in black who is looking at the person speaking on the microphone with a lot of attention. I don't know if you guys recognize him, but that is Mr. Alex Klokus, the founder of the technology magazine and website, Futurism. He is also the founder of the Salt Eye Connections Conference, where, as you guys know, Dr. Gary Nolan spoke, and then Colonel Carl Nell spoke, and David Grusch canceled as well. Klokus has been very active in this effort of Skywatcher. And I think this leaked image does give you a little bit more insight into the people that were there. I don't really recognize many more from the picture, but I'm sure a lot of people will. If you want to just take screenshots of these pictures, I'm okay with that as well. There's another person, the one who is speaking on the microphone. I'm just going to say that I don't want to like dox the guy or anything like that. If you want to check it out, he's another one of the Esalen people. I don't know what his role is or anything, but I do know that he's involved with this. And I just don't want to dox the guy. So I'll just leave it at that. He hasn't been made public in any way in these efforts. So let's just respect the man's privacy. Yeah. The people that are already public, I already talked about. And I want to leave you with a little excerpt from Professor and Dr. Jeffrey Kripal from Rice University. He wrote a book about Esalen, a very detailed book about the place, about what is done there. And this is what he told me on our interview a few weeks ago. Here it is. I know you're a very busy man and you're like at Rice. Surely you weren't there, but what goes on there? If you could like explain a little bit to the
Yeah,
people, because there's a lot of questions about this place that was just mentioned.
yeah. So first of all, I wasn't there, and I can't speak to that event or seminar. I just wasn't there.
Yeah.
But I wrote the history of the place, and so
Yeah.
I know a lot about the institute itself. Um, Basically, it was founded not originally as Esalen, that came a little later, but it was founded in 1962. And what it was founded to do was take seriously a set of human capacities or abilities and think about them and talk about them and write about them. And there wasn't there wasn't the pretense that we understand these things or that there's some one model or one belief system. It was rather, let's have a multi-decade long conversation, about these abilities. And the other reason that the Institute was formed was to experiment with practices that put these potentials into actuality. In other words, that actualize the potentials, to use the language of Aldous Huxley and Abraham Maslow. So this seminar that Jake is talking about, it sounds to me like there was an emphasis on practice and actualizing whatever these human potentials were. Um, and that's very faithful to Esalen. I mean, that's what that's what a lot of seminars do there. But there are hundreds and hundreds of seminars every year, and I mean, there's probably been close over a million, well over a million. I mean, there was probably 14, 15,000 people going through there before the
Whoa.
pandemic every year. So you can just do the math. I mean, it's been around for 63, we're going on 63 years now. And um, it certainly can't, Esalen cannot be identified with any of the practices or seminars that take place there. It's a place to experiment though, and
Yeah.
to explore into these regions for sure.
Yeah. So Professor Kripal is very clear about what goes on at Esalen. You can say that it is a place where you can hone your spirituality, where you can practice meditation, where you can learn about either psychic or psionic abilities. To the people who take this very seriously, because I know that there's a lot of stigma attached to this, but I don't know. It's just been happening for so many hundreds of years, this meditation practice, that it just can't be like something that's not real if it's being practiced so much. So I do believe that people who have like a reticence or like rejection towards all of this talk of spirituality and meditation and the quote unquote new age, which I think it's a derogatory term for the practice, I think that they should reconsider and maybe take a closer look at it, because the majority of people who have been involved with either the Stargate program or these institutes, such as the Monroe Institute, Esalen, the New Paradigm Institute, Ubiquity University, all of these places, they take this very seriously as well. And they have been practicing a lot of it. The Institute of Noetic Sciences as well, where Dr. Dean Radin has done a lot of great and very interesting work. And I think it's very important to just like shed some light into what is actually done here, and just like dispel all the negative connotations that people might want to give to these places, because people who like are very religious are gonna immediately say that this is a heathen practice and that people are summoning demons, and they should first, before making a type of judgment like that, they should first read up on the topic and get more well informed and more studied, before making any assumptions about what goes on here. But this image sure is very, very interesting. I want you guys to tell me, what do you think David Grusch and Jake Barber and Ross Coulthart talked about during that whole weekend? I believe it was a weekend last year, late last year. I don't know if Jesse Michaels is somewhere around there. If you guys can find him, let me know. I wasn't able to spot him, but maybe he's somewhere in there, because I would think that he maybe attended this place. But it seems to be a lot of really young people, and right at the center there seems to be like a yogi there also. So very, very interesting group of people. I want you guys to please let me know, what do you think about David Grusch being part of this, with this image leak that clearly shows that he's still very much involved in this. I mean, we already knew that, but he doesn't really make any public appearances anymore. He did Rogan and then he stopped. He was gonna do Salt, but he didn't. I think that that is because he has claimed before that he is autistic. And as you guys know, I've told you before, my wife is autistic, and I know how much autistic people, even if they're verbal, how much they struggle with cameras and with a lot of people and with the spotlight right in front of them. So I can understand why David Grusch just doesn't like the limelight. It's completely fair. But we got a Grusch sighting. So what do you think was talked about there? And recently, too, David Grusch was just announced to be an advisor for the newest Jerry Bruckheimer movie, the famous producer. And the Top Gun Maverick director is going to be attached as a director. David Grusch is going to be the advisor. And they're describing this movie to be kind of like All the President's Men, which talks about the Watergate scandal, that famous movie with Robert Redford, who plays a journalist. But they're saying that this is a UFO thriller, which is pretty exciting, if you ask me. And I'm happy that Grush is being part of something new and like helping out in other ways. I'm also glad that he's getting recognized with his work and he's being an advisor for the knowledge that he has about this stuff. So I'm excited about that. Let me know what you think in the comments. And let me know what you think about this picture. What stood out to you and who stood out to you? What do you think Alex Klokus's role is going to be in this entire movement that is happening? And yeah, that's going to be it for me today. I thought this was a very interesting one to share with you guys. So here it is. If you like the content you see, I'm going to ask you to please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can get notified when a new video drops. If you want to support the channel in any other way, I'm going to leave a few links in the description. Take your pick. You can also choose to become a member, or you can support us on the KGRA website. Everything is going to be in the description. Thank you so much for the support. It truly means the world to me. And that's it for me today. I'm going to see you guys until the next one. And just please don't forget, stay curious. Bye.